Welcome to Write with Love. I'm your host, Sarah Williams, best-selling author, speaker, and creative entrepreneur. Each week, I chat to passionate and inspiring authors about their journey in creative writing. Some are traditionally published, some do it themselves. Everyone's journey is different, and everyone has something interesting to say. We all love love and love what we do. Today's show is brought to you by our amazing fans and supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to help support the show and get some awesome bonus episodes, go to patreon.com/Sarah Williams Author to learn more. Now here's today's show. G'day and welcome to Write with Love. Today on the show, I'm chatting to J.A. Collard. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining me from Melbourne. So Melbourne girl,
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Let's start this. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey to publication?
Yeah. So I married my high school sweetheart. I have two kids, Jasmine and Ashton, which is why my main character in my first book was named Jasmine. And I have been an avid reader since I was a young child, and I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be writing a book. So I guess what happened is when I was on maternity leave with my daughter, I just was reading so much, and one day I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to write my own book. Have no experience, writing at all, so this is all new to me, but I was only writing it for myself, not to actually publish. So that's when I brought out Tame Me. At the time, Sons of Anarchy was all over the TV. I absolutely loved that show, so I think that was my inspiration, and I also wanted to incorporate like the girl from next door, which was Jasmine in Tame Me. So one day, kids are asleep, husband's at the gym, and I started writing at night. And when I finished, my husband had no idea. I laid my manuscript on the table and I said, I've been writing this. So he was really shocked, and it was a friend of mine who said I needed to publish this because she loved it. And I thought, there's no way I can publish a book, I don't know anything about writing and covers, and there's so much that comes with a book. You just don't realise till you actually, go through the process. So that's my journey, and that's when I started Tame Me, which is my first book.
Excellent. So did you ever think about going down the traditional route, or was it always just you're always going to self-publish?
It's something I would love to do in the future, but yeah, just self-publishing for now. I also work part-time in human resources, and with kids, I just didn't want that pressure of traditional publication. I'd like to write at my own time, in my own time, and the pace that I'm comfortable with. And I guess, later down the track, I would love to see my books on the bookshelf in stores, that I think that's every author's dream. But for me right now, I just love being my own boss and taking each day as it comes.
Wonderful. So your series is called The Blood Brothers MC. So MC, if anyone's been watching the show recently, Motorcycle Club.
Yes.
So tell me about this. So Sons of Anarchy, you were saying, so that had a big inspiration.
Love Jax, fell in love with Jax. I'm also a big fan of Lily St. Germain. Yes, you know her probably. And I just fell in love with her books, and I just thought, so inspiration was, I guess, watching the show. But I always had this story in the back of my mind, like in the early years of a biker. And bikers are supposed to be bad boys, and you don't really see that sensitive side in a biker. So I wanted to bring out the sensitive side, and I think a lot of my readers actually say that it's not action based. My book, if you're looking for action, it has got it in there, but my books are more around the love story. Like and showing that sensitive side of how he is a bad boy and he runs a club, but he's also fallen in love, and how he finds it hard to juggle running a club and falling for the girl next door who's just an average girl, but he sees her, he has that connection with her, and he has to have her. And she's more so she's been through a really bad relationship, she's been in a bad marriage, and the last thing she wants is to be with a biker. So it's that love story, and that's what my readers say. Yes, I've got the action in there, and I think as my books are going along, there's a lot more action in there, guns and, you know, bombs and things happening, but it started off soft. So yeah.
Brilliant. So your series, I think you're up to what, 5 books in the series now? Something like that?
Yeah, I'm going on to my, so Tess is probably, I've actually got it here.
Yeah.
Tess is my number 5, just
Yep.
published her, and number 6 will be coming out next year.
Yeah.
My plan is to probably head off into a different biker club.
Yeah.
But I guess, my fans love the Blood Brothers, and every time I think of moving away, they want more of my characters. So, and I love that they love them that much. So I will continue probably to, you know, I've got already some background on book 6 and 7. So yeah, probably go to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I love these long series. So it's different characters in each books, or is it the same characters?
Same characters. There's always a new introduction into each book. So you're always hearing of new members coming into the club. But I guess what my readers love as well is that with each book you are still reading about the previous characters from the other books. And because readers fall in love with each character. They're like, oh, this one is the best one. And then they read about the next character. This one, I know this is the best one. So I like to have that familiarity, I guess, in there. So,
but the main characters are different couples in each books?
The main characters so there's always a biker from the club. Yeah. And then he's always meeting a female that's from outside, so not in each book. So yeah.
Excellent. So Tess was the last one that you published.
Most recent, yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to pick up Tess before they'd read any of the others, can they still do that, or is it a definite, you really need to start at the beginning?
I've actually, when I sent out this book to beta readers, I asked for readers who haven't read my books in the past, and they said that they could definitely read it as a standalone, which is good. So you can pop in and just start from Tess, not a problem. But I think what will happen is you will read things that have happened in the past, and you'll hear of characters, and you will want to go back. Yeah. But you don't need to go back to follow the story. It's just more of a, to lighten up, to get the whole story of the biker club. Yeah. It's good to start from one.
To fully enjoy it. That's it.
To fully enjoy it, and you won't regret it because you love the boys. You'll love them.
Yeah, and you've got a little novella in there as well called Always and Forever. Tell us a bit about that one.
Yeah, so that's here. Not many people know about this, and I think I sort of snuck it in. So what happened after, and that's another thing probably with book 1, Tame Me, it ends in a cliffhanger. I'll be honest. The good news is that book 2 is out, so you can continue it. Reason I ended it in a cliffhanger is because so much was happening, and I'm like, I can't keep going in one book. I have to stop it. So after book 2, so book 1 and 2, Tame Me and Tamed, are both around the same characters. Yeah. Then in book 3 is the Vice President Hawk. So it's his story and Louisa's story. But what I had is my readers, I can't give too much away because then I'll give the story away. But my readers were so in love with my main characters from book 1 that they wanted more. So that's when I was like, okay, I'll bring this out. Yep. and it's just a novella about their happily ever after. That's all I'll give you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, always and forever.
Wonderful. And then because, I write rural romance and I'm always in for a cowboy, I
Yes.
noticed you've written a cowboy novella called Twisted
I,
Fate.
yes. So I was part of an anthology, and it had to start with the sentence, "It started with a kiss." So that was in this book. I've got them all here today.
Cool.
So it started with a kiss, but then I wanted to bring it out on its own because I want to make that a series as well. And I wanted to try something different from bikers, and it's either a biker or a cowboy. Like, they're both hot men.
Yeah.
And I have been to America a few times, and you just, cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I thought this is a great opportunity to write about a cowboy, and I started it and I absolutely loved writing it. So I want to turn that into a series. So
Yeah.
Twisted Fate, yes, definitely.
Excellent. Cool. And you are also one of the organisers of the Books Insight Melbourne book signing event in 2020.
Yes.
So tell us
Yes.
about this.
You have to come to Books Insight 2020. So Books Insight, CJ Wells and I and Renee, we actually brought it. We decided one day that, you know what, we want to bring a signing together that's more, I guess, intimate, and something that is not so big as Fictionally Yours Melbourne or Books by the Bridge Sydney, something more intimate and something to give those local authors like myself, from Melbourne, an opportunity to sign in their hometown. So CJ Wells and I and C Renee, back then, we thought we'll give it a go, and it was a great success, and everyone was saying, when are you going to have another one? And we thought, let's do another one. So in 2020, on the 1st of August, we will be running Books Insight. It's going to be held at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. So I don't know if many people know where that is, but it is central Melbourne, and that's what we wanted to do this time around. It is a 5-star hotel, very glam, very bling bling. But we wanted to have it central so that people would either stay there, or there's so much things to do in Melbourne City, beautiful sightseeing as well. So definitely 1st of August. If you do want to hop on, we actually have a Facebook page, and if you just type in Books Insight Melbourne, our Facebook page will come up. Yeah. We also have a website, so www.booksinsightmelbourne.com.au, and you can have a look. So tickets are still on sale. You can still get VIP, and you can still get general admission as well. So fantastic. We have a lot of Aussie authors coming to Melbourne. Yeah. And we've also got a couple of US authors as well. Sorry, excuse me. And one from the UK. So if you do hop onto our Facebook page, you'll see the list of the authors there as well. And you don't want to miss it because there's so many giveaways happening as well. Yeah. And you get to meet me and CJ Wells.
And me, because I'm going to be there too.
And yes, Sarah's actually there as well. You're signing. Yeah. So you're going to have a great time. So yeah, and we just love it.
Yeah, I'm working through the list of all the authors who are going to be there. So most of them will probably be on the podcast before August.
That's great. So you want to come along. If you can, come along. Yeah, and you can buy tickets. And actually, you might want to, if you are thinking of buying tickets, do it ASAP, because they're selling quite quick. So
yeah. That's it. No, it's fantastic. So you already alluded to that you're working on something at the moment. And did we have a date when the next one's coming out?
I can't say too much, but I've actually been given an opportunity to work on this amazing project. Oh. It's not blood brothers related. And it all will be announced on the 18th of December, but that might be past.
It might be one else.
So I'm working on a project, and I've actually got a novella coming out this month, and that is called Summer Storm. So Summer Storm is my first Aussie book that I'm writing, and I'm so excited. Found it challenging changing the slang from US to Aussie. So Summer Storm is coming out, and yes, my plan is to have 2 more books in the Blood Brothers next year.
Yeah.
When I can't say, but one will be out early 2020.
Yeah,
so,
fantastic. And your books?
I find if I put a date to it, it's like you're that's it. You're booked in. That's it. Yeah.
I know, and it's hard with kids. I know you've got 2, I've got 4. It's like deadlines. Oh my god.
yeah, definitely.
No, that's it. Well, where can we find you online and keep up with everything that you do?
Oh, if you pop onto my website, so www.jacollard.com, you will find all my Facebook links there. You'll actually, if you want to subscribe, that would be great. You will be up to date with all my latest releases that I email out in the newsletter. Also, I do have a group on Facebook. It's called JA's Angels. So if you do want to be part of my group on Facebook, go ahead and join. I'm quite interactive with my group. Lots of giveaways, lots of posts. We love it, and we're a close group as well. So definitely join.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. That was great.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Jump onto my website, sarahwilliamsauthor.com, and join my mailing list to receive a free preview of my books and lots of other inspiration. If you like the show and want it to continue, you can become a sponsor for just a couple of dollars a month. Go to patreon.com/sarahwilliamsauthor. And remember to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a review of the podcast. I'll be back next week with another loved up episode. Bye!